Hello, welcome back everyone. In a new video, this is basically the fourth video of our Figma series, and this is again the basic course for the newbies who are starting like the career, are starting to learn Figma basically. So in today's video, we are going to talk about components and their variants as well. So what are the components? Why do we need them? And how we can manage the variants of the components and the properties as well. So let me give a disclaimer right here that this is not going to be too much advanced level. I will not be building like prototyping with the components or maybe like a proper design system with the components. The reason is basically I'm still keeping it a bit basics for the beginners, but surely very soon I will be starting creating the design system from scratch, and I will be building a proper design system as I am already building like the pattern library for myself that I use in designing. So in that in those in that coming course or in those videos, I will be using advanced things related to the components and the variants and how basically we keep the different variables, or maybe we can use the variables advanced prototyping as well to build those components. But obviously that is going to be in the advanced level videos. So let's start today's video, what are the components and how do we start them, or what are those how we build them actually. But before than that, if you are new to the channel, you can subscribe this channel. It is going to be an amazing channel in your journey to in learning UX, UI design, specifically the product design as well. Okay, let's talk about. So we are going to start with something that is hard that we will be building. But I want to show you the result first, and then it will build your curiosity in you. So you will learn them that how actually things work. So let's consider this. This one is a button, sign in with Figma, and probably right now you have a bit of knowledge as well. In some cases, you see that while creating an account or maybe signing up, there is an option that either you can sign up with Google, right? In this way, maybe, right? And then there is another scenario as well in which you can see them. Probably my internet will be working fine. So, okay. So there is another scenario as well, or maybe you can see them, see this Google, not in with this sign in with the Google, maybe just in this way, right? So these are the scenarios. We are going to talk about same like with Google. You have like an option of let's suppose Facebook, right? Then probably you have an option of uh, like uh, Facebook along with Apple. So these social media logins you see on different websites or mobile application as well. So currently, I was just switching right from here, and they were changing, which actually mean that in case if I want like again this kind of a text, this only the toggle bar can turn it on, and this toggle bar can quickly turn it off as well. And in some cases, like if I am building any kind of website where I don't want to use them as a colored version, so I am currently having a gray scale here, not this one, sorry. The brand colored, only colored logo. So in case if I click on colored logos, only the logos will be in the colored version, and the rest of the things will be having like the white background as well. And in case if I'm like, if I don't want to use them in a color version, I want to use them in a grayscale, then obviously I have that grayscale as well, right? So this is all due to the components. And if I show you that this one is only like the component, right? And these all are its variants, right? So we will be talking about this stuff, that how you can create them or how you can manage them. But actually, probably you guys got an idea that, okay. So that's the stuff are the things how basically work with the component. And in case you want to like change the text as well, you can change the text as well here. But we are going to talk about few other stuff as well in case of text, right? How actually things work. But that's how basically goes for these components as well. So same here in case if you are like uploading it on Google Play Store, that is get on Google Play, or maybe in case if you want to use it for Apple, then you can use for App Store, right? Same goes for the Galaxy Store, same goes for like app app gallery that is related to Huawei, right? And in case if you don't want to use them into the black version, you can use them. Maybe I have that the scenario as well, that is white outline. So you will be able to see into the white outline, and same we have like the dark outline as well. So this is the stack, right? We have like uh, the sizes as well, like so we have the sizes as well here. So in case if we don't want to use the medium, we can use larger as well. So now they are in the larger size as well. So you have seen these different scenarios. I was just changing few properties and I was like adjusting the components, right? And I was like fulfilling my requirements. So how you basically manage them, or how you basically design them. So let's talk about that stuff now. I believe you got an idea. Okay, don't care about this stuff. We will be talking a bit later, but right here, let's talk about in our previous a video in class 3, I taught you guys about like auto layout and the constraint. So if you haven't watched that one, you can watch that one as well, because that is going to help you guys to learn about few stuff that I just have mentioned here, that like the word button, and now I'm just going to like give it basically uh, the auto layout, right? Pressing by pressing Shift A. So auto layout has been adjusted here. So I just need to like adjust only these paddings here. What are these? How we manage them? I have already taught you guys. So if you haven't seen, you just need to check out our video, right? So this is button, simple button, right? So just like type the text, and maybe then just like created the auto layout and then added the back fill color, the background, right? So I have few icons here. These icons are from the random library that I found in basically the Figma components, right? So I'm going to use them, and these are already the components as well, right? So if you want to like see that how these components look, I'm just going to quickly like okay, because I brought them here, so that's why they are currently into the components. Let's do one stuff here. So I'm just going to duplicate them here, and I'm just going to detach them. So what is detaching the instances? Don't worry, I'll be letting you know that what are these. So I'm just going to detach them. It is loading a bit, loading and taking a bit of time. I don't know why, because maybe the Figma is slow, but yeah, bear with me, and you're going to learn something new today. All right. Okay. So I'm just again going to select them all, and right here, I'm just going to create a component as well. So this is basically the diamond square icon, which is like for creating the component. If you just hover on that one, you will see like the create component, and the shortcut for creating a component is basically Control Alt and K, and then you can create a multiple components as well, and you can also create component set as well. So what are these? Just forget it for right now. I'm just creating the multiple components here. All of the icons will be converted into the components. Why? I'll be letting you know right now. So keep in mind that we created this button here, and I just need to update the text here a bit. so that we can see it properly, right? I'm just going to make it 24. I'm just going to make it 24. Okay, okay, just give me a second. Yeah, 24. Why there is problem? Okay, so then I'm just going to add one or two icon here. So keep in mind that I'm just like pressing Alt to duplicate that icon and then bringing them into that button as well, right? And you can see there's a proper sequence space in that the text and also that icon. And why it is so? Because I have already mentioned in our previous class of auto layout, you have to check that one. That is basically the padding between two atom, right? So this is basically called the trail icon because it is written just uh, at the tail end of that text, or maybe you can call it at the left side of the text. So you can call it left icon as well. And similarly, we will be having like another icon, and maybe we will be building another variables, another variants of, sorry, not variable, the variants of the component in which we will be using it to the right side of the text as well. Currently, just ignore that one. We are having like a text and an icon. All right. So uh, consider that this is your button, or maybe this is your CTA, and you are going to like use it in your mobile applications, or maybe in your website and wherever you are going to use it, right? And keep in mind, so supposingly this was your CTA, and like for the whole CTA, you were having like the brand color, and that brand color was this one, right? And the color for that icon, and also for that, not this thing, and for that, okay, just give me a second. And for that, why it is showing in this way, I don't know why this is behaving like a weird thing. Okay, it is behaving weirdly, I don't know, but let's talk about the stuff. Give me a second. Okay, we have that black color now. Okay, this is going to be white at all. Right, so let me just adjust that color. And so you were building like a website, a mobile application where you were using like these button, and it was around 250 buttons in your whole system, right? And then suddenly your clients comes in, maybe a stakeholder comes in, and he says that no, we are not going to use that like blue button. We are going to like change the color into the purples, right? So now he wants you to change this button. So what you are going to do, because in case you are building like a proper mobile application or like a website design with the proper like documentation and everything, and then you will be switching between the pages of the Figma, and then selecting different buttons, and then changing the hex code, right? So this looks a bit hectic thing to you. Like if you have to change the color for 250 buttons, right? It's going to take a lot of time. So how you can solve that problem, and how you can like make it easy for you. And probably while changing the color of 250 button, you can change a slightly like the hex code of the color as well. Like in case if I am like manually doing like the color change for all of those six button, and I can like write this color, so this color is literally different from that color. So it is not quite visible to you guys right now, but in case being as a designer or being into the industry, or who are expert, they will quickly recognize that this color is totally different, right? Similarly, what I did, I just changed that F. So this is the original color. And in case if you look at that hex code, I just change that F with 3, or maybe we can change with 6, right? So this is totally different color. The hex codes had been changed, right? So there's a problem, or maybe there's a chance that you will like totally destroy the color code of your brand as well. So how you can solve that problem? So that problem is going to be solved with creating that the parent button with basically like creating that component. So what I'm going to do right now, I will select that button. I will go here, and here there's an option called create a component, right? And the shortcut for it is Control Alt K. So I have created that component. So now you will be able to see then there's a diamond icon in just front of that button text, right? That is the name. And now you can see a purple bounding box around that button as well, right? So this is called basically the component. And keep in mind that is called the parent component, main component, or like it is also called the master component as well, right? And then now I'm just going to duplicate it. So in case of duplicating, I'm just pressing the Alt and then dragging it. So it has duplication right now. So in case here you will be able to see that there's no diamond button, there's no name, and but you can see that bounding box. And if you look here, this is our original button with like the diamond icon, and then we have the hollow icon as well, the hello diamond icon as well. And if I just hover over it, it is called instances, right? So whenever you are creating a parenting component and duplicating that parenting component to use into your product or maybe into different screens, those are called the instances, right? And in case of instances, instances are similar to your child, right? Like if you act like a family and you are the father or the mother, right? And then you have child as well. So parent component or the main component is similar to the like the responsible of the family, and then right at the bottom the instances are basically their children, right? So right now it doesn't matter like how many button I have, like I have either 200 button, 2000 button, or whatsoever. Like let's quickly check it here. So in case I have these button, right? So it doesn't matter like how many button do I have. If I'm going to change anything in the parental component, right? So either I'm going to change the color, right? It is going to be implemented into the parents, right? Uh, I don't know why Figma is behaving like so weirdly. It is like it is not properly working. I don't know. It's too slow. But yeah, you guys can you got an idea that if I just change the color in the parenting component and it has been implemented everywhere in each button. So like quickly, if I just type a color here, I'm just typing the green here, and it is going to be green everywhere, right? But in case if I wasn't able to create the components, it was like I have to do it manually for every button, right? So currently now it is working in this way, right? So you guys got an idea that the first import, like the pros of the first success in case of that button is so whenever you do any kind of a change, it is going to act like the similar way to the parent, to the children as well, to the instances. And same goes for the same goes for the text as well. If I'm just going to type text, is going to be implemented in each instances, right? Okay, then there is one thing, if you want to swap the places, it is going to act like similarly, right? But keep in mind, in family, you always order right top to the bottom, right? In your family, you order from top and it goes to the bottom. But right from the bottom, there could be suggestions, but they cannot order to the in the reverse thing, right? Any small 8 9 year kid is not going to order to 80-year-old grandparents, right? So same works like here. So if you want to do any change, any semantic change in the instances, they are going to adopt it, but it is not going to be taken to the upper level. Like it is not going to be to the main components at all, right? So in case if I want to like instead of green, I want red in that instances, it is going to adopt that semantic change, but this one is not going to be to the main components at all, right? It is not going to act on anything. Same goes for the text. Like if I don't want to change it into instance, it is going to only act on this scenario. And same goes like if I want to change that but keep in mind, you can only do the semantic changes. You cannot delete anything, or you cannot do any change directly here. So supposingly, if I just like delete this icon here, if I press delete, it is not deleted. It is not visible here, but you can see it is still visible here, and it turned off the visibility. You can turn it on again, right? So that's how basically instances work. But yeah, there's one thing, and that is if you click on that instances where you did a change, and then you can reset all changes, so it will reset all the changes, right? Right from here you can go into the main component, right from instances, and you can also from here you can push changes to the main component as well. Now after clicking it, it has like implemented all the changes to the main components as well and all the instances, but usually we don't do this, right? So now again, if I go back here and instead of that green, I'm going to change anything. Now it has been changed into the main component and into this instances, but not into this instances. Why? Because we have done the manual semantic change into that component as well, right? So probably you guys got an idea that what is like the variation, what is the difference between basically like the instances and the main component, right? Okay, let's move ahead and look into a few properties of the main component and what are those. So everything is probably clear till then now. Okay, let me quickly change it, change the color of the background. It looks really weird right here. So we are going to keep that purple one as well, right? And we are going to change this one into like the trailing icon or the left icon, right? Okay, so when you are going to click on that icon, okay, there was one thing that was creating the different variant like of that components as well. So here, if I can select this one, I can click on manual, like create each of the buttons one by one as their component. But if I want to create the bulk component right here, so I can quickly select them all here, right? Go here, click on that drop down chevron and create multiple components. So it is going to create the multiple components. Like right now, each button is basically a separate component at all, right? And then if the other option here was basically like creating a component set, now it is going to create like the set of the component. But here is the problem. As you can see, like it shows that every button has like the properties which is same for everyone, and that's why it is basically giving us a problem, sorry, an issue, an alert here as well. So we will see that how basically this work and how we set the properties, right? Okay, now we are going to talk about here like how we set the properties of the button as well. So by selecting here, when you select the main component, you see here it gives us an option that add a property with the plus sign, right? So by clicking on the plus, you will see like okay, so here we are like going to select that button and clicking on that property. I don't know why it is basically behaving like this. Figma is weird. Come on, Figma, what are you doing, buddy? We have to select that part. I don't know, it is showing. Okay, it is just. Okay, we are going to select that button. And now by that selecting, probably the properties, add properties visible. So I'm going to click on the plus, and right on the plus, we have like four different kind of a properties of that button as like that component as well. One is variant. When I click on the variant, it again like create that a larger bounding box around that. And what actually that means? So I can just drag it out, and then I'm just going to duplicate that one, right? And duplicating here, keeping it here, and I'm just going to like click on that icon toward the leading icon, like towards the leading icon. Now icon will be the leading icon. So this is another variant, like this is another type. One is like in case we have like the icon, This is going to be default. I'm just quickly renaming it, not the property one. Okay, you can rename here as well in like, but keep in mind that you just have to rename before like this equal sign as well. Or maybe you can click on this one but icon and you can go here and you can click here, rename, and not the new value. You are going to call it like the leading icon, right? So this is going to be the leading icon and the other is variant 2. So now you want to like change the variant and oh sorry, in this case it was okay, we missed that one. Okay, so we missed that one and I'm just going to rename it here. We are not going to call it variant 2. We are going to call it trail icon, right? So this is the property in which the icon is trailing and this is the property in which like we have the leading icon, right? Right, we have the leading icon. Okay, so if I like drag one button right of that component, and you can see here that it is like the trailing icon, and if I click on here I can see the another property as well, and that is leading icon. So in case if I switch into the leading icon, it will uh, create like switch that button into the leading icon, right? There's another property, and that property is called without icons, right? So what going to happen in that scenario? We just create another property, and in that property, we are going to call it the variant 3, and in the variant 3, we are going to like delete that icon, and that will be variant 3, and that variant 3 is going to be like without icon, right? So this is going to be the without icon, and now if I that select on that button, and here you will be having, you will be like able to see another property, another variant which is called without icon. So now we have like the three states of that icon in which we have three different variants, right? And we are just going to keep that, copy that button, and we are going to use it in our like website or product, and then we have these three variants as well. So whichever the state or whichever variants we want to use, we can quickly like change that variant specifically required to that state as well. And the component is going to work for us. And in case if we want to like change any color here, we are going again back into the parents, and in the parents, we are going to change the state color of that. I don't know why Figma is behaving so weirdly, right? Okay, so if you see, I just changed that color in the variants of like trailing icon, and here you can see in the trailing icon that we have that color update as well, right? Okay, so now again, if I select that button icon, the parent component, and if I go here and click on again that one, we have the text variant, right? So the text property as well. So I clicked on the text, and here I'm just keeping it like CTA, but CTA, and here I'm just going to call it like text, so supposingly, right? And if I click on the create property, it has created the property of the CTA with the text. Now we have to apply that one, right? So we have to click that one. We just need to like attach that apply variables to the click, and this one is the CTA, right? Same goes with this one. Right, so we have to apply here as well the CTA, like this has been the created the variables, right? And now we have to attach that variable to our CTA's text, right? Okay, now the text has been like the text property has been created properly. So if I'm going to like duplicate that text here, right? So earlier there was a problem that you have to manually click and then go in there to change the text, right? But now we have different scenario, and the scenario is you just have to like update the text here. Click me. So click me, press enter, and that click me is going to be here, right? So same goes here. We just have to like copy here, right? And we just need to come here, and we are going to update it send a friend request. Oh, what the hell? Like FRIEND, right? Friend request. So it has updated that text as well. And in case if I want that the text is everything is clear here, but I want like that icon need to be the leading icon, right? So I'm going to convert into the leading icon, right? The icon has been like now we have the property of like in which we have converted that icon into the leading side, but there's a problem now. We want like not this like I icon. I want like a friend request, a proper friend request, like a user icon. So I clicked on that icon and here we have like that off. I'm not going to use I just need like create a user. So right now we have okay. So here we have the icon set where from I'm getting, right? So, okay, we have like the user, maybe I don't know why I don't know we have that one or not here, but let me check it. If we have maybe the name could be a different one as well, but okay, okay, I'm going to use the heart as well, right? So why we are getting the heart here or why I'm using it because I have like properly created the set of the icons, converted them into the components, and now I'm using one of them and then switching between the properties of the different icons as well. So this is basically the icon library that you need to convert it. And now you have seen that we have like the send request icon here, and we have that text as well. So text can be a different scenarios as well. So like so you just have to press enter and it is going to adopt that text as well. So this is basically called the text property. Okay, then we have to go back to our same scenario and then click on the third property, and that property is called the Boolean, right? So Boolean is a scenario. It is the language of a computer, which is basically yes or no. I'm not going to create it here because I have already shown you, but I'm going to show you very shortly. So this is basically again like clicking either yes or no, either true or false, right? So this actually how it actually works, right? So in cases like we create a property of Boolean with the text, like the text is not going to visible, then we are going to keep it like false. And if text is visible, we are going to keep it true here. So that's how basically it works. But you can create that Boolean uh, like property as well, but we usually don't use it too much, so that's why there's no need. But obviously it really helps, right? And we use it as well, not that much regularly, but we use it too as well. Okay, then we have the last, and that last property is called basically the instance swap. What is actually instant swap? It is instant swap is basically swapping the instances, right? So as like I was using here, so let me show you here basically. So as I was using like this icon here, and if I go here and I like click on that button and click on that icon, that icon, right? And we have like here option, sorry, this option, which is basically again create instance swapping property. It is again the same property, right? So if I just click it and it will like the value is off or on, right? So this is exactly the name. And then we have this property as well. So it has now created the instance swap, right? So if I again bring out this button by just duplicating, right? Now you will be able to see that I will be able instantly to swap this icon, right? So if I click here again on the icon, I don't know why Figma is behaving so weirdly. I'm really sorry guys, but actually there's an issue with the Figma. So I don't know why. Okay, so if I click on that icon here, why it is selecting the inside, right? Okay, so if I select here, right, if I go here, right, now you see I can quickly instantly swap between the components as well. So this is basically the called the fourth instant swapping. So like if I quickly adopt here, we will not be able to apply here directly because we don't have any instant swap here, but you obviously can instantly like create the multiple variables like the multiple states and based on that states you can like quickly create a property of instant swaps, and then you can create like different swaps of maybe different variants of the button as well, right? But you guys got an idea, right? So that's how basically the components work, right? Okay, then now here I have like the different button here which were created separately, right? This is basically a few different states. This is the state of a Figma, sorry, the sign in with the Google, which is like the normal state. Then we have this state which is called basically the hover state, and then we have like the state which is called focused state, right? So if I bring any of them here, same goes for the Facebook, same goes for the Apple, right? Same goes for the Twitter, right? Figma, dribbles, everything, right? Then we have like one scenario, which was the Boolean, right? In case of Boolean, I am like having the text here, and in case of these icon, we don't have the text, sorry, the text with that icon as well, right? Same goes here. We are having like with the white background, but the colored icon, then only colored icon with the white background, then the gray icon with the white background, and then only gray icons as here as well. So these are the different states that I created in uh, that we created basically. And keep in mind, this is the file from the Figma community. I haven't created anything thanks to the guys from where I like picked that file. I don't know exactly from where I did, but I picked it from the Figma community, right? Okay. Then same goes for the Ds, like the states, right? We have different like Google Play Store, or maybe Apple Play Store, Galaxy Play Store, App Play Store for Huawei, and App uh, derived Play Store, and then again same for the Google Play Store as well, right? So we have like the different states. We can have different sizes as well. Then we have to create like the components from them, and what we are going to call them. We are going to call them like creating the multiple the variables components as well, right? And then we can combine them into the variables as well. So here, one more thing that I just missed to show you guys, that was like if I want to detach any instance to the parent components, I can quickly detach them as well. Like if I quickly come here, I click on that one, and right here, if I want to like detach component, I can detach it here. I can reset all the changes. I can like create component, or maybe if I want to like change the variants as well, I can quickly change the variants from here as well. But currently I want to detach them. So now these all have been detached from there. So if I'm going to create like the multiple components from there, and again I select them as all, right? Then again I can convert them into the variants as well. So if I select all of them and I click on there, I am going to select them and creating a multiple variants right within that main component. But again, you can see an alert, and that alert is basically they all have the different properties as well. So in case if we just like keep it in the text and we name it, like we can rename the different scenarios. Like this is only text, right? This is text with the trailing icon. I'm just quickly going to rename them. Tree icon text. Keep in mind, like trailing icon. This one is basically like right now leading icon text. This is not proper naming convention. I feel sorry, but I'm just like trying to give you an idea, right? So this is basically like uh, I can text, right? So this one is basically heart icon text, right? And this one is like again, mm, click me, right? So now you will be able to see that that issue that we were having here has been removed, right? Why? Because we have properly did like we have done the naming convention for each button now, right? And if I'm just going to pick any of them here, right? And I want to use not the click me, I want to use that like the leading icon text, it is going to change into the leading icon text or maybe heart icon text, right? So actually you can create like different components and again then combine them into the variants as well, right? So that's what exactly has been done here. Like we have created different like variants and then again convert did the proper naming convention for them, and now like we have created them like different components and then combine them as a variant, right? And now we are able to basically use them, and you have like proper set of these buttons. Okay, so this components has few properties, right? One of them is like switching between the brands. So this is basically the property is called the social. So social actually mean that you are basically switching into the different socials account. Then this property is called the Boolean property. So if I go here and I search here, so I can assign them a Boolean property as well, in which like the text is visible or text is not visible, right? But you can control it from here that sporting text is not visible in case now it is turned off, so it is false, and in case if it is visible, it is like again the right, right, the true. Then we have theme here. So in case if you want to use the brand color, if you just want to use the color logo, or in case if you want to use it a grayscale, then we have three state. One is hover state. So this is basically the hover state, and then we have focus state as well. So now it is focused, right? You can see it properly. In case of like the hover, you have seen a slight color change, and the background drop shadow as well. And then we have like the rest state, which is normal state as well. This is all possible due to the components. I'm hopeful that you are able to see and you are able to basically learn about the components. So that's what for today's video. I'm hopeful that you are going to learn the components just to go into the Figma, try to build components, try to create components, and attach few different properties as well. And in case if you found anything creating problem for you, just drop a comment and I'll be like there to solve that problem. So with that, I'm hoping that you will be taking care of your mind and health. Signing out for today's video. See you soon, very next with another exciting video. Till then, take care. Bye.